Monday. It is December 7th, but it is also known as Pearl Harbor Day. So we honor and remember the over 2,400 service members and civilians who were killed and the over 1,200 injured during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. Now, the two U.S. Navy battleships, the USS Arizona and the USS Utah, sank and 188 aircraft destroyed. Now, of course, you can always go to Hawaii, and on the big island of Oahu, you can visit the USS Arizona Memorial, as we have a picture here. So we just wanted to give a shout out to all of those veterans and folks who were affected by Pearl Harbor. So you have a great day today. All right, we have one meeting to tell you about today. It's at 10 a.m. It is the GRF Board Special Meeting, and it is the VMS appointment. And you can follow along with that meeting at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. On our show today, we do have Jeff Parker with the Laguna Woods update, and we will be discussing COVID and the governor and his plans and how it affects you here in Laguna Woods Village. We also will have a segment from Aetna, which is open enrollment, and that is ending very soon. All right, let's go ahead and go to our COVID-19 reminders and resources. It's covid19.ca.gov, where you can follow along with the governor's plans. OCHealthInfo.com, where you can get all of your COVID numbers by zip code. And you can call their hotline if you have any questions at 714-834-2000. You could always go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com, and you can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. All right, our weather is looking, again, not too bad. Today we did wake up to some high clouds, and that will stay with us pretty much the whole day. So we're looking at a high today of 72 with an overnight 53. Tomorrow we are going to kick up those strong winds again, but it's not going to last very long, and it should only be a short period of time. But we will reach 82 tomorrow with 52, cloudy on Wednesday, 73, 49. And as we approach the weekend, we are looking at just highs in the 60s with overnights in the 40s. And our sunrise this morning was 6:43, and our sunset will be 4:43. Now, this photo is actually in Mission Viejo. There is a street just off of Geronimo that has 7 houses that is all to music. So if you ever have a chance, just look that up online, and you just look up Mission Viejo Christmas light houses, and you'll be able to find that. However, if you have a photo that you'd like to share with us of some Christmas lights that are awesome, send it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, when we return, we will have Jeff Parker, so stay tuned.
Welcome to the Meridian at Laguna Hills, a newly multi-million-dollar renovated community. Located in beautiful southern Orange County, the Meridian at Laguna Hills blends quality senior care onto the bright canvas of Laguna Hills Live. With a luxurious 5-star resort-style community and a dedication to resident care, you can experience an exquisite senior lifestyle unlike any other. Discover a community filled with care and the freedom to pursue what matters most. It's a new day and it's yours. Make the most of it at the Meridian at Laguna Hills.
If you struggle to hear during FaceTime or Zoom calls, or when others are wearing a mask, we have an answer. Hi, I'm Ann Mundell-Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. The Widex Moment is the fastest processing hearing aid available. Faster processing means the best clarity possible for you. Join us at our Widex Moment hearing event going on now and experience what our patients are saying.
The Moment hearing aid has changed my life.
Call us today to schedule your appointment.
I have a brilliant smile because of brilliant dentistry. I love her expertise, her knowledge, her wisdom, and most of all, her patience with me.
We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to implant and sinus surgeries, all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the brilliant smile difference.
We consider hearing to be an essential part of your life. During this time of quarantine and isolation, you need to be hearing the best you can to understand how to stay safe and to hear your friends and family. Advanced Ear Care is offering service to everyone that needs help with their hearing aids, no matter where it was you purchased. If it's not working properly, please call for a free troubleshooting appointment. We even have hands-free, no-contact curbside service. There's no charge for this service. Advanced Ear Care is here to keep you hearing during these critical days.
back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here with us, and we have a lot to cover this morning. So thank you for joining us. Happy Monday.
Good morning to you.
So, you know, a lot's been happening over the weekend. The governor has decided to, roll things back because we did reach the percentage that he had predicted we would reach. So starting late last night, our restaurants closed and a variety of other things have changed. So I know you want to talk a little bit about that to start. So
right. So good point. So last week, as we talked on Friday, the governor had put out this new order, stay-at-home order, contingent on these 5 regions for California,
right.
Not just Orange County, but now we're lumped in with Ventura County all the way down to San Diego, and those numbers, just as predicted, and they saw these things rolling in on the average, drop down below the percentage of 15 that they were predicting. In fact, it's for the region, it's down to 10%, just a little over 10% for that's what we'll call Southern California region. For Orange County, and we'll get to the numbers in a minute, Orange County is still above that, but again, we're wrapped into that whole region thing, and that's what we're having to deal with.
And you know what? Let's just elaborate on that now because we had that discussion last week. You know, why is it that they made it a region, right, as opposed to like we were counties? Let's just talk a little bit about that.
So the main reason is that with the ICU beds and the need for the ICU beds, it's not based on just Orange County keeps its ICU beds and nobody else can go there.
Right.
So if the neighboring county, whether it could be Imperial County, San Diego County, San Bernardino, any of the counties run into a isolated spike in their numbers and they don't have enough ICU beds, then there is a mutual aid, I'll call it, where they would be shipped to beds here in Orange County as well as any other county that would have that capacity.
Okay.
So that brings the overall average down.
Okay.
And that's part of the impact. So you could have one county that's getting down to like 5%, and
right.
that's pulling down the average for everybody.
Okay.
I know that up in the Central Valley, San Joaquin, it was hit real hard. So they were at 8% already.
Oh.
So
did they have to then send those folks to a neighboring
it's possible,
county?
Or they're getting close to the fact that they don't have the capacity,
see.
and then that's where you could see the shift.
Okay.
So we'll get to that in a minute. I do want to talk
Okay.
about the numbers, and then we'll go back talk to the order. So the order is, first of all, the stay-at-home order. So we're now in this new stay-at-home order where basically indoor activities are shut down except for some retail, and that's based on a percentage now. But probably the one that we all recognize is restaurants.
Right.
No indoor, outdoor, you can only do takeout. We don't have any indoor activities here at our community centers. We're
Right.
not doing that. But the good news is outdoor recreational activities can still continue as long as we're masking. Masking
Right.
and social distancing, masking and social distancing. So
Right.
there may be some tightening of those rules. We talked about that, singles versus having doubles, and
Yeah.
looking at those kind of rules. So we're going to have to implement this next week.
Yeah, UST actually just sent out a note,
Right.
the Tennis Association.
Right. And so that's the little nuances that we're going to be facing with regards to our outside activities here
Okay.
at the village. Unfortunately for Restaurant 19, they're not going to be able to have the patio restaurant activity. They're going to have to go back to only delivery only.
Right.
So that's
right.
the impact there.
Or to go.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So if we look at the numbers, unfortunately, even just comparing from Friday's numbers, we're at 2,025 cases reported. Now, again, I keep correlating that the testing's way up too, though. Look at that 18,000 tests.
Yeah.
So there is a correlation still, in my opinion, of positive tests to the number of tests. Unfortunately, when we're talking about the number of cases that are out there region-wide, when we see that many positive cases, we know that the virus is expanding or moving. And last Friday when we talked, that was 1,100 cases. So we went from 1,100 to 2,000. So that's a big percentage jump, unfortunately. And then the other side of it is the death total went from 8 last Friday to 15.
Right.
Laguna Woods is jumping a little bit. When I say a little bit, we've always stayed pretty low. We were at 105, 106 when we talked on Friday. We're up to 114.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good number
It is,
jump
yeah.
over the weekend.
Right.
Our death totals at 11 for the city of Laguna Woods. Remember, these are Laguna Woods city numbers, not
Right.
just the village.
Right.
So again, it is prompting the state to do what it is, because we're seeing this not only countrywide but statewide, just this big insurgence in the numbers. Now, if we can go to the next chart, this one gives you an idea that we're still up there on that 7-day average of 22 cases per 100,000, which clearly puts us
I remember just looking at that,
yeah,
and it was
just
16.
Yes, and before, remember
And
when
8.
we were in the 3 points, we were looking at it
know.
going into the moderate, and then
Exactly.
it just took
It
off.
just went nuts.
And again, over there on the third one, that 13%, that has all to do with looking at the positivity rate in certain zones in the 13.
Right.
So it's actually ahead of the average daily that we've seen just in the last few days. Probably the one I want to show is the hospital number here. It's, I think, the fourth one over. They can go to that.
Hospital ICU, yeah.
And if we can show the ICU numbers. And this is where part of it is confusing and part of it is frustrating. Now, obviously the 848 patients and the 209 are upticks. And so that's our concern. And we want to control that as much as possible. But at 209, we still have 18% capacity in Orange County.
Right.
So it means, and I think that's what you're hearing on the radio, TV, people in Orange County frustrated, well, wait a minute, we're at 18, why are you shutting us down?
I see, yeah.
And that's that locking in of the whole San Diego all the way up to Ventura, Southern California region. So I don't have an answer for why they chose such a big area. I know that there is dialogue between Board of Supervisors and the state trying to say, hey, maybe it should be 1 or 2 counties, or maybe it just should stay at county by county basis.
Right. Yeah, because, it's tough. Like, I guess, we always get lumped in to Los Angeles, and it's, super frustrating because we are our own entity and we do have a much smaller number of people, and they aren't necessarily as concentrated as some of the Los Angeles areas. So I think that is super frustrating for all of us. However, it does make sense where you're talking about the one region, if there is a situation where they have to kind of overload and then move on to someone else, because you don't want them to be full too and not know it.
Right.
Okay.
And that's really what I think that's why they made that decision, is because they want to make sure that there's capacity in the area to handle these ICU cases.
Right. Well, you said you guys are talking to our local health department. We're keeping on track with the executives at the local hospitals. So if there was a situation, I think we would be pretty well informed.
And we know that at our local hospitals, they've seen an uptick. We haven't identified that they're still under that percentage, which is good news. But the capacity is getting smaller. And so the importance, again, of staying at home, social distancing, wearing masks, and doing all that's so important. Which I guess I'll segue into the fact that we've sent notices out to our community a couple times in the last few days, letting them know that we have been notified or specifically are aware of a COVID-19 case in Laguna Woods where there was a direct impact with an employee. So in those cases, we're having to make sure that the notification goes out directly to anybody who, tracing it back to who they had contact with, who had that individual that lives in the community had contact with. So everybody's been notified. Our employees that were impacted or potentially impacted are being quarantined or going for testing. So we're making sure that we're following the protocols set up by the CDC, the state, and Orange County with regards to that. And it's unfortunate, but I think that's an example of just recently seeing 2 dynamically that close is, again, going back to these jumps in numbers, and that we need to be very, very diligent about being protective of yourself and being protective of others.
Right. And when you said, wash your hands, keep your distance, and wear your mask, just understand that, you are doing as much as you can in terms of preventing yourself from getting something, but it isn't 100% foolproof. So it is still possible, but you're just lessening your opportunities to get that.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's nothing that's foolproof out there other than total isolation, and that's real difficult. We know that. You still got to go to the market. You still have to, get out and do a few things. And again, exercising. We're still open for exercising outdoors. You're going to have to wear the mask, but still you can get outdoors and you can play golf. You can pay. Just understand that there's going to be mask requirements that are a little more diligent on those areas.
And the good thing that the governor didn't do is he didn't restrict you going to the beach. He didn't restrict you from going to certain areas. I mean, you can still take your walks. You can still, if you love, like I'll tell you right now, we're going to tell you later, but you can still go look at Christmas lights. You can do all that stuff. Just take into precaution that there are going to be other people there. So just make sure that you keep your distance and wear your mask.
And the other thing I wanted to mention on that, the gathering. So we went back and we analyzed what the governor was saying and looking at that. So gatherings, as we have talked about, some concerts and stuff like that, those are going to be on hold. And we'll look at rescheduling and all of those. But now we're in this 3-week period minimally. And if we don't see those numbers rise, we're going to stay in that period. So the sooner we can get these numbers back up, the sooner we can get back into semi-normal operations, especially with regards to shopping and eating out and being able to go to places where you can access without having a percentage of it or worrying about that. I know that the Orange County Sheriff had sent out a memorandum, basically said he's not the mask police, he's not going to be out there enforcing these things. That's the social responsibility of residents to follow these rules, and hopefully people will do that.
Exactly, and everybody so far has been doing a really great job, as we have discussed many, many times. So good information. We'll keep on top of all of it, and if you have anything before Friday, then of course we'll have you back beforehand. Now, moving on to a Laguna Woods subject, I know there was some emails that were sent out, so you have something you wanted to say about that.
Yeah, so at the end of the year, every year, we send out the annual assessment mailings. And this year, when we were going and doing the mail merge, which is our IT department having everybody's addresses and information and merging that with our financial information, there were 601 letters that went out that had a secondary name on it that was incorrect. Now, the first name was correct, and that's the owner of the property, and the information's correct on there, and all of the assessment information is correct. But for some reason, with this mail merge, it picked up some information that shouldn't have been associated with that. And on 600 letters, there was an error. And so we're notifying those individuals, getting new letters out to them, making sure they understand that nothing was compromised, no change in data is there, all the assessment letters are correct and everything. It just had this odd mail merge that added a second name on there that shouldn't have been there. So got that corrected. We're working on making sure that everybody gets a new updated letter without that second name on there, and we'll move forward.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Anything else?
No, I think the only thing I want to mention is that we are working on some additional staff issues. Now we're going to have to go back and evaluate the essential services and what we can maintain, which is we're going to do a lot of that because so many of our services are essential to the welfare of the buildings and to the welfare of the people. So don't have a big expectation that we're going to stop in our, but some of our office people, if we can get them to work from home, we're going to follow the rules, and if they can work from home, then they'll work from home under these new guidelines from the state.
All right, perfect. Thank you. That was a lot for Monday.
And a busy weekend.
Hopefully we'll have better news by Friday, but we just don't know until we get there. So.
You'll be able to give you an update at least on what's going on with the state, and then also with regards to Laguna Woods and our operations if there's any changes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, when we come back, we'll have some additional information for you about some things that you can do locally in our community, so stay tuned.
I was battling 4 different kinds of cancer, all in stage 4. Although I was determined to fight, I had also put my affairs in order. But my team at Hoag refused to give up and enrolled me in a phase 1 clinical trial. This changed everything.
Hoag Family Cancer Institute has the largest Phase 1 clinical trial program in Orange County and ranks in the top 10% of cancer programs nationwide. Deb became one of only 12 people in the world with advanced lung cancer to receive this leading-edge cancer therapy, and it saved her life.
Hoag is leading the way in some of the most advanced personalized medicine in cancer with molecular imaging and therapy, immunotherapy, and a multitude of other patient-driven clinical research trials.
My cancer care was a life or death decision, and I chose Hoag.
Now more than ever, your healthcare choices matter. Choose Hoag.
Hello, my name is Dennis Cafferty, General Manager of the El Toro Water District. I sincerely hope you are healthy and well. I want to assure you the district staff remains hard at work to ensure the reliability of the water and wastewater systems that serve our community. Please know your drinking water remains safe. The COVID-19 virus is not present in the drinking water delivered to your home. The district continues to frequently and routinely test the drinking water system to verify it meets all health standards and requirements. It's also important to note during this period when flushable wipes and other cleaning wipes are being used more frequently at home, please do not flush them down the toilet. These items can cause blockages and sewer spills. Toilet paper is the only material that should be flushed down the toilet. The district's customer service representatives are available by phone or email to answer any questions you may have or address any concerns you may have about payment during this crisis. Thank you for your attention. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.
Today is a great day to watch the movie. It is Spies Like Us, and it is absolutely hysterical. You guys will be laughing the whole time. It is at 2 and 7 p.m., and let me just tell you about it. Looking for a way out of their mundane government jobs, Austin Milbarge, played by Dan Aykroyd, and Emmett Fitzhume, played by Chevy Chase, classic guys from SNL, take the entrance exam for a CIA espionage program. Immediately chosen to take part in a top secret mission, the new recruits are set upon by Soviet forces in Afghanistan. Soon it becomes clear that the helpers, or the hapless pair, are being used as decoys to expose the Russians for a Cold War nuclear showdown. So there you go, super funny, and that's at 2 without subtitles. And unfortunately, we did not get subtitles for the second showing at 7 p.m. So we apologize for that, but enjoy that movie today, super fun. All right, the Nutcracker Suite is coming up on December 10th and the 17th, and that is brought to you by Anne-Marie McClellan and the Pacific Ballet Theater. And it is just beautiful, and that'll air at 6 p.m. on those 2 days. And then we have Seasonal music, songs, lights, poems, readings, and stories in celebration of the holiday spirit put on by the Old Pros and the Woods Combo. And this will be at 6 p.m. Sundays, and it will air throughout December on the days that we don't air the Nutcracker. Okay, another fun thing you can do is Happy Harbor Days. And this is now on through January 3rd. So you can, it's all outdoors. It's the harbor, Dana Point Harbor, and they have a super fun area called the Candy Cane Lane and the Merry Kiss Me area. So you can do lots of photo ops there. And they also have tons of lit trees all around the harbor. And it's really, really beautiful. You know, on these little chilly nights, you just bundle up, put your mask on, and run out there and just have some fun for a couple hours. We also have the CAPISTRANO Lights, which is also through January 3rd. And this is in the ruins of the Great Stone Church at Mission San Juan Capistrano. Absolutely beautiful. It has a 60-foot Christmas tree. Now, this is a nominal fee for $3 for members, $5 for the public. And you need to purchase those in advance. And you can go on to capistrano.com to get your tickets. Another fun one is the CASA LUMINA Holiday Walk. And this is at the beautiful San Clemente Casa Romantica. And this is now through December 23rd. Over 1,000 twinkling lights and other holiday decor. And of course, as I mentioned, it is Casa Romantica, which is a 1927 Spanish colonial revival historic landmark. And if you would like more information on that, you can go to casaromantica.org. And as we mentioned earlier, you do need to wear your mask when joining in the fitness activities outside. And there is we have 15 residents per. That may be reduced over the course of the next week or so, depending on what they decide to do regarding the governor's plans. But if you'd like more information about that, you can call 949-597-4273, or you could email at recreation@vmsinc.org. Let's take a look at our weather one last time. We are looking at lovely weather with the cloud covering today. It's going to stay 72-53. Tomorrow we are experiencing some high winds, mostly morning, 82-52, and then we are cloudy on Wednesday again, 73-49. Into our weekend, we're looking at the high 60s with the lows in the 40s. So it's looking quite lovely. No complaints here. Nice sweater weather, as I say. All right, have a great day in the village. Happy Monday. Don't forget to watch the fun movie today, Spies Like Us, and enjoy your day. We'll see you again tomorrow here at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
In a time of need, it's more important than ever to have caring professionals around you that exemplify kindness, compassion, and empathy. Alethea Home Care is a non-medical, family-owned company aiming to improve and maintain the quality of life for our clients and their families. We work hard to ensure your loved ones are safe and comfortable in a warm and familiar environment. Located right here in Laguna Woods, our services include companionship, light housekeeping, respite care, hospice support, transportation, and so much more. Spoil your loved ones with quality care and call today.
Do you have a fear of falling? Every year, about 235,000 people visit emergency rooms because of injuries suffered in the bathroom. Here at Home Safety Advisors, we care about your safety. Made in the USA, Home Safety Advisors provides walk-in bathtubs that can reduce falls up to 85%. With our safe and quick install, you'll maintain your independence and experience luxury in your own home. Visit our website or call 949-456-4717.